Cancer, this will be your second half of May general reading. So let's see what's going on for the sign of Cancer for the second half of May. Cancer for the second half of May, please. Highest and best information for the sign of Cancer for the second half of May. Cancer's watching this video, please. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, interestingly enough, Cancer, we have one major arcana card only right in the center. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so, oh, good. It looks like things are turning to a bit more balanced state. You do have a lot of people in your reading, okay? Although, I think it's the same. I think it's just you and someone else, now that I look at that. This also... looks like there could be something kind of some kind of trouble, I think, with a couple. You know, I don't see horribly negative cards. I don't, but I do see just I see mature decisions being made, and sort of I do see some moving on and a little bit of sadness here at the end. But I overall it has the feeling like, especially with this Wheel of Fortune at the bottom, that you kind of already know this, and you know that things are changing and needing to go in a different direction. That's kind of the overall picture I'm going. And again, and I'm not saying that to be nice. I really don't see like any horribly negative cards here, but I do see an underlying element of sadness and moving on, but yet knowing that that's kind of what is going on. We start off in your position here with the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, okay? Typically, this is your area, but this seems to me to be representing a couple, and it's probably because they are an important part of your life that they are integrated with you, and that is why. And it seems to me, you both are looking at each other, in a sense. You seem to be looking a little bit more towards the future, whereas the King of Wands seems to be kind of more just looking at you and not looking at what has been and not really looking at the future. And it seems like you want to move forward and take action and just kind of be your own person. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. And I believe you have the opportunity to do that. I also believe you have the resources to do that. You do have the Nine of Coins in your reading too, and that tells me, I believe that you feel, very. I just get a very serene, but with a tinge of sadness feeling with this reading. Okay. Now, for some, and this is just very, very general, for some, there could be it's possible a Virgo surrounds the situation also. But I tend to think, though, this is more... I think you're either tiptoeing around, or somebody's tiptoeing around something with you. Let me see what this is. I don't think it's cheating. We've got the Seven of Swords here. That's why I'm looking at it a little deeper. Okay. Seven of Swords here for? Coming towards Cancer. What is the Seven of Swords here for, please? Seven of Swords trying to tell us here. Okay. And what is the Hermit trying to shine light on here about that? What is the Hermit trying to shine light on about this situation, please? Okay. Definitely, though, I will say, just for, and this is a general reading, but for some of you who this may happen to be a message for, if there's a possibility that you two are separating and like it's, you kind of know it and it's not like this horrible, but you kind of are going your own ways and things like that. I would say be very careful and stay on top of things and make sure that there's nothing going on underneath, like moving monies around, that sort of thing, like in their favor, or, them trying to maybe take something that necessarily isn't there, just be on guard about those types of things. And also even emotionally, just be on guard for that type of, luring you back in, like sexually, things like that. Just be on your A game, through this period of time. Okay, because there's I don't see like serious underhandedness going on, but there is a little bit maybe, and this could be at work too. So I mean, if it's not involved with this other situation that I was talking about, this could be someone at work. Okay, and if so. I mean, it could be a Virgo, possible. I don't think it could be a fire sign, but I think the fire sign is like more you, like saying that you need to be this way because these were clarifying cards. So I think that it's saying that you need to be on top of your game. You need to, make sure that you are taking action and putting in the work because somebody else might be, if you're going through something up here, like with this relationship or something like that, you might be maybe not giving as much attention at work or to your job or to your clients or, things like that, that somebody else could be like seeing that and wanting to prey on that opportunity and take things from you, so just be very careful of that type of energy. I don't see it as being super huge or that they have like a ton of power to do that or anything like that. Nothing, in other words, nothing that you can't see and you're so intuitive and nothing that you won't know, okay, is what I'm saying. But just in case, keep an eye out for that. All right, now let's see what this Page of Wands is here for. What's the Page of Wands here for, please, for Cancer? Okay. Ooh, all right. Okay. All right. For some of you, yeah, because this, again, work stuff is coming up in this middle section here. So for some of you, that may be the case. Like I said, that what was going on with that. With this Page of Wands, because the Page of Wands seem very separate from the rest of this reading, but this seems work-related as well. And this is the stuff that's coming towards you. All right. So this Page of Wands, to clarify it, I got the Knight of Cups. So that could be an offer coming in. So it could be that this other issue with this, like, kind of, like I said, underhandedness and things like that, that could be like, whatever it is, the Hermit is like, beckoning you to use your wisdom about the situation. So it could just be, you just really have to stay on top of things and make sure, if everything's on the up and up with, if you are looking for a job, just be careful about what they're offering you, that sort of thing. Or be careful from other employees trying to take something from you that's yours, that deal. But for those of you looking for a job or looking to step up or get promotions, things like that, this Page of Wands is coming in and it has got news, and the news is Knight of Cups, which is a pretty decent offer. And the cards underneath the deck were the 10 of Cups, so that is happiness and a good thing. King of Cups, which is that could be you, being a cup, water sign, and that's a leadership type position, so that's very nice. Or it could be a boss, extending this to you. There's also the Empress, so there is growth with this. This is very positive, very good stuff. Then you have sort of a transition and into the King of Pentacles, okay, which is awesome, grounded, long-term stability, okay? We're looking far-reaching, long-term stability. So this could be very good, what's coming in. Then you have the Tower card and the Celebration card. Wow. And then another offer, and you also have the 9 of Cups. So you have, if you're looking for work or anything like that, you have really, really great cards, really, really great cards coming in. These are still at the bottom of the deck, so they're not quite here yet. But I do believe that at some point in the second half of May, you will receive news of an offer. So, and possibly two, because there's other stuff at the bottom of the deck. That could be more towards the end of the month. So good things there. All right. Now, your outcome. And for those of you dating, you know, because again, like I said, I think this looks to me kind of like an amicable split, you know, either that or it's just a couple who is taking action and possibly moving. That could be too, because you do have a movement card here. It could be that you're possibly taking action, but I feel that you would be the one that's taking more action, because the king is just kind of looking, you know, he's a secondary card. So that's why I don't think that's you. I think this would be you. And I think that the king is just sort of not, the king is like looking at you to get the ball rolling. In other words, is what I'm saying. And especially with this 9 of coin, you know, it's like with this is somebody who has enough money, but they're just sort of going with the flow. You know, they're sort of not really active. They're not like making more money. They're just kind of surrounded by enough so they're not really worried, you know. And it seems to me like the king is saying, no, you know, you need to, you know, be more fiery, be more active, you know, take action. You know, that's kind of what I see with that. So for those of you that are not splitting, that's what that would mean. It's just so hard with these general readings, and you have a lot of like court cards and things like that, make it a little difficult to read sometimes, and especially when they're not your element. So that was throwing me a little. But any of those things I've said so far, I still stand by. I think there's a lot of different scenarios in this reading. But your outcome is very interesting. So I do need to look at that a little bit more in depth. It's going to be a little bit longer video than the others, but I want to give this full attention because it does look like you guys got some things going on. All right, so we got the Knight of Swords. So something's rushing in, but I'm a little curious why this 5 of Cups is here. If for your outcome, you have the Knight of Swords. You have the 5 of Cups, which is not as very, you know, good card. And then you have the 6 of Swords, which is kind of moving either towards something or away from something. So, and it looks like, the good news is it looks like you're moving away from sadness. So I like that part. But I want to see why this Knight of Swords is here. I think you've had like every knight in the deck. Yeah, you have. Every single night. So this is somebody also, this could be definitely somebody looking for a job, and there's lots of offers. That could be it too. Why is this Knight of Swords here, please, for Cancer and the outcome for the second half of May? Competition. Okay. Okay. So this, oh, wow. Yeah. Again, I think you're going to have several options, and honestly, they're all pretty good. But I think what this Knight of Swords is, like, this may be the one that you really want, and it is extremely competitive, okay? It's an extremely competitive deal. Although, again, you have good cards at the bottom of the deck. You know, this could be you winning, and Justice, and 2 of Cups, it could be something you really love. So you do have good cards. So let's see why the 5 of Cups is here, because that's the one that seems to be throwing everything off, because everything looks pretty good. I think you're going to have multiple choices for those of you looking for work, and I think they're going to be good. They're all good offers. There's, you know, one of them, like I said, seems like it could be a little sneaky, but for the most part, they all look good. Why is this 5 of Cups here? What are we sad about? Why is the 5 of Cups here for Cancer, please? Okay, so you might have to cut something out. You might have to cut your losses on something. That's just what I see, and you know, you might regret it a little bit. All right, and you might have to move on. So there might be something that comes your way. Might be 2 things that come your way, and you know, you might feel a little regret. You know, like you might not you might have missed an opportunity. In other words, there might have been something really good that was maybe very competitive, but you felt like maybe you couldn't get it because it was so competitive, and maybe you didn't go after it, and somehow maybe you realize you could have got it, and you could have, you know, you could feel some regret over that, and you know, that could possibly be. Or it's that this other situation, this underhandedness, has kind of let you down, and now you have to, like, you better kick ass, because now it's like, you know, you're not here anymore. You know, you kind of got to like kick ass and be strategic. And, you know, you might start doubting yourself a little bit, like, oh my God, I should have taken this. I should have taken that. and you might have doubts, and that could be what this is. But the good news is this is temporary energy, and it's usually pretty quick, moving. And with the Queen of Swords coming out as the clarifying, that tells me that you're going to get back into strategic zone, cut some things out, whatever doesn't need to be done, and really start, getting what you want. Let's see why the Six of Swords. My guess is because you're moving towards that, but let's see. Why is the Six of Swords here as the overall? Yeah. Yeah, Strength and Queen of Cups is where I cut the deck. Yeah, I have a feeling that that's what's going to happen. You're just going to get stronger, and this is you. Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but Cancer in this position. I think you're going to realize you need to put your emotions aside, and you need to think logically about what needs to be done. Whoa! An explosion of cards. That's too many to read, so I'll take a look. Yeah, it's a little mixed bag, so hold on here 1 second. Six of Swords, please. Six of Swords here for Cancer as the outcome, please. Okay. All right. Yeah. You are going to manifest what you need, okay? I'm not worried about this at all. I really do. I think you have, for those of you, if this is a love reading, I mean, it could be for a single person. That's very well, it could be, and you have like a lot of options, things like that, whatever, they're all pretty good. So, one maybe a little bit of a player, but the others all look good, and that looks fine. Nothing to worry about there. Could be a Virgo, and it could be an Aries, that's possible. But for others of you, I strongly feel this is work related, and I feel that whatever the situation is, whatever it is that you need to take action about, so if it's not work, if it's something else, you're going to be fine. You're going to, if you are, like originally I think I was talking about possibly splitting and like the sereneness of everything, I think that's where I was originally at. And as things unfold, sometimes the other stories come out. But for that original story, the same thing. If that is the case, and like this is like a separation, you're going different ways, again, I think you will be fine. Some of you might be leaving someone to go commit to another person, or you just might be leaving someone and moving somewhere else. That could be whatever this is. You are moving towards manifesting a solid commitment. Okay, so put that into whichever context you need, for a general reading. Either way, that's what you're moving towards. And I think towards the end of the month, you are going to kick ass. You are really going to kind of come out of, and this isn't a bad place to be. Don't get me wrong. This isn't a negative card. This is a positive card. But sometimes, especially, you are surrounded by wands, which are fiery energy and taking action. And this person doesn't do that. She's just sort of, enjoying her luxuries, hanging out at home, putting on the big screen TV, putting on her slippers. I mean, she's got everything. She's got a lot of stuff, and so it's hard for her to get motivated because she's pretty comfortable. But I think that with all of this fire energy going on, that it's a time to kind of step out from that and protect what you have, in that sense, and come out and be more energetic and more passionate, not so emotional. Because that's what I don't see here. The emotional card here is trouble. So, I don't see emotions being what's needed this month. I see action, definitely, and strategizing, and creatively, stepping out of the box a little bit, maybe even, those types of things. But either way, at the end, you are moving towards committing and manifesting, what you've been working on into a commitment. So that is very good. So interesting reading, Cancer. I will pull you guys. I'll pull you one romance card, and I'll pull you one regular card because this again, it's a general reading. I just tended to think that seemed really a lot more geared towards work and finances, that sort of thing. So let's see. Let's do a romance advice card for Cancer, please. That didn't really fall out, so because that was just right on top there. Okay, romance card for the sign of Cancer, please, for the second half of May, please. Any romance advice for Cancer? The second half of May, please. Okay, compromise is the card that I pulled. Okay, so compromise. And, you know, with that king and queen there, I mean, it looked like that king was really looking towards you, you know, like to take the, you know, take this one, like take this one for the team kind of thing. You know, that's kind of what I felt. So, you know, whatever that might mean to you, compromise is the card in the relationship sector. Let's see what other types of advice you might have for just overall. I'll look at those in a second. Okay. All right. Awesome. Uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. Okay. That is the card that you guys have. So, and I do feel that with that, because you did have that Seven of Swords, but you had that Hermit card shining the light of wisdom on the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is the one that kind of led me to the more underhanded type sneaky behavior. Okay. So that's what I kind of thought of when I pulled this card. You know, that's what came to my mind is beneath the surface lies great bounty. So I think, you know, whatever it is that may appear to that's a little sneaky, a little underhanded, things like that, you know, just really look at all of that stuff really well. Make sure everything's on the up and up. And don't be too paranoid that you think that somebody's doing this stuff and miss something too, because, you know, it could just be for your own benefit in the long run. So just, I would say highly use your intuition, you know, this, because you guys have it in spades for these last couple weeks. These two kind of like fell out in the beginning. What do we got? We've got cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life force. Okay. So that might be of interest to someone. And we also have voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. Okay. And this one actually, this one I do feel, because that's the original feeling I got from that reading. It was like flowing and serene, even though there was this tinge of sadness. Okay. So, all right, I will leave it there, Cancer. And if you like these, like and subscribe and all those good things. And yeah, that's it. All right, great. Thanks. I'll see you guys for June. All right. Have a good rest of the month. All right.